Hey y'all, it's me James, and today I'm gonna show off the new coticule I got from the Superior Shave. It's a Grise10 hard. It's a bout, so that's why it gets the number like that. And here's what it looks like. As you can see, it's got the name that you put on the stone. And so, with that, you don't have to soak coticles. As a matter of fact, if you do, the slate that they back them on can become detached from it, so you want to stay away from that. As you can tell, a normal size synthetic stone would be about out to here. So, with the holder, I was able to get a pretty clean edge there and here to back it into. And as you can tell, it's not perfectly aligned on how it was cut and formed, so it's canted in just a little bit in order to be flat against the edges. But this works great. Seems to be thick enough to where, you know, it would be just like if there was another synthetic stone or any other type of stone in here. Got the slurry stone along with it. So basically, this will be my first attempt at doing something with a coticule. I'm going to be doing my own Thiers Issard 11/16 with a mirror finish. It's a beautiful razor. I love it. I've already taped the spine on it. As you can tell, it's a wonderful blade. This is actually a very good edge to start with, not only because it's rounded, but because the length of it is a little bit shorter than a lot of full hollows that are out there. It's a heavier grind, so even though it's considered a hollow, it's not quite like a full singing hollow. So I'll set that off to the side. Here's the electrical tape that I used. Scissors to cut it once you have it lined up on it. So basically you just pull out some tape, and what I like to do is just start from there. I'll pull out enough length to where this will be like that, and just line it up so that the spine comes to the middle of it. Clip it here just right around the toe, and then press it as closely as possible to get it nicely on there, so that you're not affecting it a whole great deal and just mostly protecting. Alright, so that's that. Pin is tight, so it's perfect. Sorry. If I go into a coughing bout, getting over some crud, here's the loupe I'll be using, which this particular one is for coins and whatnot. That's why it has this here. I guess that's pretty much the focal point of where you'll be at the edge of the plastic. Now, for me, I kind of wish that plastic was gone, but I haven't figured out a way to safely remove it yet. Once I do, I'll take it off. But for now, I'm leaving it on there. And the nice thing about it is it has the LED. It also has a UV, which kind of brings into some really cool images when you're checking out the edge. But for the most part, that was just mostly for play. The LEDs are what I'll be using. Alright, so I'll set that down off to the side. And this is what I'll be sipping. Feels so good on a sore throat. Alright, so I'll spray up the stone a little, grab the slurry rock, and commence. This is my first time with a coticule, so let's see. I'll try to keep talking enough to keep the camera from going out on me. I haven't figured out quite how to keep that from not automatically just shutting off after so much time. So basically just want to get a nice white creaminess to the top. Don't know if you can really consider it a slow, medium, fast cutter. I know it's a harder stone, so I'm assuming that harder stone means that it will be slower. But we'll see. The edge on my razor is pretty fine as far as no bevel settings required or anything like that. The steel on it is the C135, so that may cause some issues just because it's considered a harder steel. Alright, I want to get some of this on here. Creamy goodness from the coticule. Set that right there. And for me, I like working like that. Okay, so here we go. Heel forward. Alright. Put a little bit of water. Let's keep this going. Main thing is watching, making sure the squeegee effect as far as being able to push the water with the edge. use my old t-shirt. Let's see what this looks like in natural light. Just make sure I'm getting even across here, since this is a pretty new blade. The edge should be pretty much even across as far as the bevel. And again, as far as the wear that's being put on it right now. Don't want any surprises. Everything looks good that way. Just going to check it just to make sure what I'm seeing is true. This is why you want tight pins, so that you don't have to worry about it flapping around on you. As you're contortioning yourself to look at it in different ways. One of the other ways you can still work up a slurry is also with like a DMT 325. You don't have to be jack speed on this stuff. Just need to be flat. That's set over there. Spray off the stone. Just keep the stone as the main cutter, not the loose particles that may be floating around from other objects. Sorry about that. Make sure it's still popping hairs. I don't see why it shouldn't be, but I don't have anything left on the blade, taking it to the stone. Alright. So basically this is what you do. Just to keep going through and refining your edge. I'm going to go ahead and keep going until I get it to where I think it's good enough, and I'm going to take it to my webbing and then take it to my natural 3-inch strop, and once that all progresses, then I'm going to shave with it, because that's really the only way you're going to know. So, thanks for watching.